Good evening, ladies and gents. Back with another Conquerors Blade video. This time around, we're going to be doing the drama part 2, as we have just had a meeting with Bruder and Yannick, who is Gamer Tag, and a few other people. So I'm just going to go over kind of what happened, what was said, what we are expecting from the future as well, just to keep everybody in the community in the loop of currently what is going on. Before I go into it, though, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, all that lovely fan doobie stuff, and we'll get stuck straight into it. So the drama I am on about is all of the new community manager, Bruder, Ryder, coming into the community with a very negative and poor reception. Now, the Discord absolutely exploded, and there was a lot of fires to kind of put out, and the moderating team did a hats off to you boys, but you did a fantastic job in trying to keep everybody calm as much as possible. However, it was all stemmed from kind of drama that has been instigated from previous CBRs, CBLs, everything like that, which Bruder was in charge of. I personally have never even spoken to the guy. I've never kind of even seen him until really tonight, so I am not passing any judgment at all whatsoever here. And as ever, and just in like my last video, I am truly of the belief that people's actions speak louder than their words. There's a lot of people that say they can do stuff. Actually, when it comes to it, not a lot of people can walk the walk. So I am not passing judgment at all at this point. I'm going to let Bruder kind of show himself and say and kind of show us all actually if he is the right man for the job. However, because of the absolute outcry, outrage, and absolute drama caused by this recent placement, we had a meeting tonight with a few people. Now, I was there, Temple Shot was there, Watchdilla was there, moderators in Toxic Mag, Amnia, and Mango were there, plus a few others as well. I'm not going to go through the whole list because there was quite a few of us, but we had the kind of talk with Gamer Tag to begin with to explain what was going on, what the hiring process was, what was actually involved in the role and everything like that. And then the floor was open to us for questions. Now, there was, unfortunately, I feel, and everybody else feels, there was a lot said in this meeting, but nothing actually said. So there was a lot of words, there was a lot of talking, there was a lot of things happening, but not a huge amount was kind of answered or said, to be honest. So it's one of those, unfortunately. I think it was more of a kind of open discussion, a place to kind of air our views and concerns and everything. So I asked a couple of questions personally, and these were following on from Temple Shot's questions mainly. But firstly, coming into a community manager role where you're already at such a negative standpoint in view of the community, it's going to be a very, very difficult thing to kind of turn around and fix. Now, Bruder turned around to this and said that through hard work and talking to people, community leads and everything like that, he was hoping that this would improve the standpoint of the community upon him at the minute. Obviously, there is just, we're going to have to wait for time to kind of tell with that. And the second question I asked, which I don't feel was answered at all actually by anybody, was kind of how is the community going to be now driven? How is it going to be built up? What marketing is there in place to really drive this community? Unfortunately, again, there was nothing really kind of said here, but this was the kind of consensus of the whole meeting. Now, like I said, we went on for about 2.5 hours. Not a huge amount was said. Now, there are some plans which are apparently going to be starting from next week, where we are going to be having regular meetings with certain people. There is going to be more communication. There is going to be better communication as well. There's going to be more engagement with the community and everything like that. And there is also going to be a proper feedback loop established, where feedback that is fed into kind of the feedback forums, which is then sent to the devs. There, we have had it promised to us that this feedback is going to be acknowledged, it is going to be looked upon, and the answers from that feedback are going to be given. Whether it's acted upon or not, just a kind of acknowledgement of it and everything like that, that is going to be far better than we already are. So there's nothing really much else to say, to be honest, because it was 2.5 hours of kind of nothing really being answered, to be honest, which was a real shame, but it's a step in the right direction. So I want to stay a little bit positive here. I don't want to just poo-poo everything. It was a step in the right direction, and yeah, hats off to Bruder for even turning up and being there and trying to answer some of these questions. I can understand that it's going to be a very, very difficult kind of few months for Bruder here, and like I said right at the start, I'm going to be judging him on his actions. Not the words of other people, not the words of what has happened apparently in the past with other people, but more on his actions going forward now, how he's going to manage this community, how he's going to handle it, and how he is going to grow it, more importantly, as well. So this is going to be a very trying time, not only for Brooder as the new community manager, but for CB as a whole, to be honest. And I think the next few months of the game is really going to tell us, really, was this the correct placement in terms of community manager, or was it not? But again, I am not passing any judgment. I am not holding any personal bias. I am not making any judgments until I see kind of what happens in the next few months. Like I said, actions speak louder than words. It's going to be interesting to see which way we go with this now. Now, if we can keep these meetings up, if we can keep kind of talking, keep the communication channels open and everything like that, I think that is probably going to be the best way forward at the minute. And I think really kind of just getting everybody involved is going to be the best way forward right now. So I'm sure a lot of you came over here because you wanted to hear all the juicy drama. Genuinely, not much was really said, to be honest, but I think like in the next few weeks, definitely, I think things are going to change. Fingers crossed for the better for all of us. But I'm going to leave the video there because this is a bit of a wrap up to kind of the drama and what's been going on. And I know a lot of you have been waiting to hear about all this. I have to say I'm very, very sorry for those of you that were looking for your next kind of juicy morsel of drama, but nothing kind of really happened, to be honest. But I thought I'd best just put this video out there so you know things are happening. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, all that lovely fan-dubitastic stuff. Anything that goes on forward past this as well. Of course, I will be doing more videos going forward because I think it's only fair that every community member is involved in this kind of thing because it affects all of us in the community. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.